Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the show that's on in the afternoon. I'm your host with the most, Davey Hartzell. Next to me is the world-famous, fierce, and fabulous Michelle Vijgen. Hi, Boo.
Can I take this off?
Yeah. We made sure that she was blinded the whole time.
Save it for later. That was actually really fun.
Was it fun?
Well, it's pink and it's a unicorn, and yeah.
Well, it's
It'll always
good.
be fun with a pink unicorn.
I mean, there's nothing better than a pink or a unicorn blindfold, and we're going to be using these coming up, right?
Yep, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a fun time. We have a great game for later.
We do.
I'll set that right there. Save
Today
that.
we have Pints, Parkinson's, and powerful people in the room. An afternoon show full of love, awareness, and reblooming for hope. We're raising a glass. That's your cue. Raising a glass with Melanie Lomaglio from the ReBloom Center. Joining us today also, we have some very special guests that you know very well.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Is that my cue to introduce
That's
them?
your cue, Boo.
I would love to introduce you to my family, my mom, Tom Kindron, and my stepfather, Tom Kindron, and they are here to chat about their journey, our journey with Parkinson's, and how much ReBloom and all of the amazing and wonderful things they do, how much that program has enhanced our lives.
Absolutely.
And how much it has been a game changer in our Parkinson's journey.
Yeah. And how can you help? We're going to get into that too. We're going to talk about Pints for Parkinson's. Very, very exciting. But we're talking about leadership as well. We got to talk about Bozard Ford Lincoln. They've kicked off their 76 years serving St. Augustine and Northeast Florida. For 3 generations, their team and dealership have grown to meet the needs of this incredible community. The Bozard campus at I-95 and State Road 16 has an incredible inventory of Ford and Lincoln, along with a great selection of pre-owned vehicles of all makes and models in the area. They also have state-of-the-art service departments, a quick lane for express service and parts and accessories, shops that can take care of all your needs during the time you own your vehicle. But no visit to Bozard is complete without a stop at Ford's Garage to enjoy one of the signature burgers. Which one is your favorite, Boo?
Listen, I'm not a signature burger kind of person. I love a burger with just meat and cheese.
Okay, well, there is a 904 Now burger. You can have that. That's awesome. It has peanut butter and bacon. Live your life, girl.
And cheese. But if I were going to have a favorite signature burger,
Okay.
without a doubt, it would be the 904.
Yeah, you're hired. Awesome. I love you, babes. So happy that you're here next to me today. It's going to be so great. Oh, they're Bozard Ford. Come and let your family take care with their family. Go to Bozard Ford Lincoln. They're driven to inspire. Oh,
I feel like it's been a minute since I've been here. You got to give me a little more warning.
it has been, yeah.
No, I'm not on my game.
I like you on the edge of your seat. It's kind of fun. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
Someone's
if
enjoying
you
that, right?
have worked with this incredible queen, you know the pivots are pivoting as always, right? Right?
There's something always firing up there.
Well, something is always going on at the Bailey Group. Life can change in an instant, Michelle. Make sure your health coverage keeps up. After a major life event, you may qualify for a new health plan or be able to switch your plans for as little as nothing. So what are you waiting for? Call the Bailey Group to see if you qualify for, you never know, a litany of options that you could do and get a free quote for just under a minute. A staple in St. Augustine community for over 66 years as president of the Bailey Group, my buddy Mark Bailey has built upon the foundation of trust and from the local insurance agency and developed a company into a nationally competitive firm. The Bailey Group provides insurance benefits and financial strategies to companies and employees all across the United States. While maintaining that local personalized service model feel, that's what sets them apart from the rest. The Bailey Group provides progressive solutions using cutting-edge technologies, strong carrier relationships, and out-of-the-box thinking. We love them. Go over there. Ask about what you can, check out your health plan, right? 904-461-1800. All right, friends, welcome. Mel, hi.
Hi.
It's been a year.
It has been. Thank you for having me.
Exciting. And we're gonna jump into the event momentarily, but
Yes.
talk to us a little bit about who where you come from and who you represent today.
Well, my name is Melanie Lomaglio, and I represent the ReBloom Center as well as Stars Rehab, sort of a partnership. ReBloom is our nonprofit to support people with Parkinson's disease. And Parkinson's is on the rise, so we're here to talk about awareness because April is Parkinson's Awareness Month, and it is April 2nd. So we are here to talk all about all the wonderful things that the ReBloom Center can offer people with Parkinson's as well as their care partners.
So give us a quick overview of what is Parkinson's.
Okay, so in very basic terms, because Parkinson's is a very complex disease, but in the most basic terms, it's a brain disease. So it's a neurodegenerative disease that causes a depletion of a chemical called dopamine in the brain. And dopamine is important for many different things, but it has a big role in movement. So some of the hallmark features of Parkinson's are the well-known tremor, although not everybody with Parkinson's has a tremor, but most people do. Stiffness of the muscles, so mainly the muscles of the trunk, neck, and shoulder, and slowness of movement, or what we call bradykinesia. And then the final hallmark symptom is problems with posture and balance.
Gotcha.
Yes. So that one.
How did you get involved? Like, why is Parkinson's your passion?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, that is a good question that I get asked a lot. I think I'm a physical therapist, so I specialize in neurologic conditions, and I have my whole career. And I just found that I could make a big impact on people with Parkinson's disease. And our healthcare model is a little bit broken, if I can say that on
God
the air.
bless you. Your mouth is God's ears.
Yes, that was a kind way of saying that.
Yeah, seriously.
So, we do, have to deal with insurance companies that do not want to necessarily provide as much care as we would deem medically necessary. So I felt like there was a big problem when I had to discharge patients and then they would go home and not receive care for long periods of time. And when they would finally come back, I would see a big decline in their ability levels. And so that's where sort of the ReBloom Center sort of fills that gap in the medical model to provide care between bouts of rehabilitation and really just to keep people with Parkinson's going year round.
Yeah.
So exercise is one of the most important treatments for Parkinson's, and you can think of exercise as like a drug, and you need to take that drug every day, and it's prescribed on a regular basis. And if you don't take that pill of exercise, then your symptoms will be more problematic for you. So the ReBloom Center sort of provides free exercise, as well as education and social support.
Did you say free?
I did.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
So we provide over 500 free wellness classes a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And not just for the body, but also for your voice. So we have a speech therapist who provides
Kazoo lessons?
kazoo choir. We have a singing group as well, because singing really helps strengthen your muscles so people with Parkinson's can have a quiet voice and they can also develop problems with swallow. And so keeping those muscles in your larynx and pharynx strong can help, push back some of those symptoms. And, people don't really realize how important our voices are until we don't have it anymore. Imagine if you couldn't be heard.
Yeah.
And you had to whisper.
This town would be very boring.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. Well, we just lost Val Kilmer last night. Who lost his voice from a tracheotomy. He didn't have his voice since 2014. Could you imagine?
No.
And that's what his profession was all about.
Exactly.
So speaking of kazoo, we have a world famous kazoo player in studio, right?
We do.
Who do we have? Who do you have today?
This is Tom, and Tom plays the kazoo.
Okay, that's an
I was
incredible.
going to text him you should take your kazoo to the 904 show. But I was I don't know if they want to hear him play the kazoo.
I do. I want to hear it. That's
we'll
fun.
save that for next year's ReBloom interview.
Sounds like it has a cold.
Oh, does it? That's okay.
It all started in high school.
One thing Tom has not lost to Parkinson's is his sense of humor.
That's good. You have to.
Yeah.
Right? It's talk about this journey that your family has been on.
Okay, well, one of the funniest stories I think that I can actually come up with, and we were actually talking about this the other day, is Tom's been diagnosed with Parkinson's for over 10 years now, right? And Flynn was an infant, and we had gone on vacation to Kiowa Island, and it was a family vacation, and we'd rented this, beach house, and Flynn was on the Chase Lounge part of the couch in this rental, and my niece Brooklyn was over here, and we felt like Flynn was in a perfectly safe space because he couldn't move that much. And the next thing I see is Flynn is about to tumble off this Chase Lounge.
Oh no!
And Tom is clear in the kitchen. I'm far, far away, and I have never seen Tom run so fast in all of my life. And he dives and saves this child from falling to the ground. And I think the first joke we'd ever cracked about Parkinson's was, Tom, I've never seen you move so fast.
Let's
But
see,
it was
save the day.
it was a new diagnosis. It wasn't something we'd lived with for very long. I had no clue really what this meant in our lives. And at this point, my parents weren't even living here. So I wasn't even really involved in anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't moved to St. Augustine, but I think that was the first joke that was cracked. And we are now cracking a lot of jokes about Parkinson's because it just kind of, if you can't laugh about it, you're going to cry about it on some level. So we just try to keep it one day at a time as much as we can.
Mhm.
And by we, I mean my mom. Let's not sugarcoat that. I am not a big part of this. I'm just here for support. It's my mom, handling this more than anyone else in our family next to Tom. And being able to laugh about it and play the kazoo and watch his really funny facial exercises and having my young son involved in this is really important. What a way to teach a child empathy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And to just walk a real road in the real world.
It does take a village.
It does. It really does. And I think Flynn has been a part of Tom's wellness journey because playing with a kid is fun.
Mhm.
Playing with a kid makes you move.
Yeah.
Flynn wants to play ball with whoever will play ball with him. And as much as we can get Tom out there throwing a football or in the pool, big, that movement, like Melanie has said, is a big part of Tom's wellness plan. So time with Flynn has been really special and important as well.
So Ms. Karen, talk about the journey. Talk about the moment of diagnosis and like how you took this on as a major responsibility.
And I double dog dare you not to cry.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah. My mama says if you cry more, you're going to pee less. So it's all water. Yeah.
Tom he was kind of secretive about his symptoms. I didn't really have any idea that he was experiencing a mild tremor, and it wasn't all the time. But his primary care doctor knew, and she was sending him to different, you got to do all the different tests before you go get the diagnosis. And I remember he had an appointment with the neurologist at Ohio State. I asked him, could I go with him? No, I'm fine. And I'll never forget the phone call when he called to tell me he had Parkinson's. And it was, that was in 2015, but his doctor knew before that, like a year before. But it doesn't mean he got it in 2015.
Correct,
He's had it a while.
It's like a gradual process,
yes. Right? And so that was 2015. It was a horrible year because we were dealing with that. And I had to put my mother in a nursing home, sell the home I grew up in. She lived in Oklahoma. I lived in Ohio. I had to leave him for 10 weeks. It's just been a journey, and it's been hard. And I know sometimes for myself, I don't want to admit that perhaps things are happening that I don't want to see happen, but they are.
Mhm.
So I'm really trying to come to terms with some of this because he is digressing a little. And we're doing all we can with ReBloom and the exercise programs and the voice therapy that he does and his sing out loud. And
Full-time job.
it is a full-time job.
Full-time
It
job.
is a full-time job. I
Yep.
looked at my calendar yesterday, and I think there's something every day. It's not all related to Parkinson's,
Mhm.
but it's managing his medicine, making sure he eats protein at the right time or doesn't eat at the wrong time.
Could you imagine a world without ReBloom?
No, I cannot.
No.
Because when we moved here, we decided to retire early. That was in 2019, and a friend of Michelle's, who's an occupational therapist, I believe, and knew
Yeah,
Melanie.
OT.
Knew Melanie, strongly suggested that I contact STARS. There was no ReBloom yet.
Right on. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
So I remember being up in the middle of the night, it was 3 a.m. I'm looking at STARS, and I'm like, we have to go there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we made an appointment. Of course, then you have to have a referral. But it so happened that the young lady that was his physical therapist, Anna. She lived in our neighborhood. Her parents actually had a condo in our neighborhood, and so she was living there. And she's just, they've all of the people at Parkinson's, I cannot tell you what a godsend they have been to us. From the therapist, I think of Paul and Anna and Sabrina, and
It's a calling.
it is a calling
It's a
because they
calling.
are so kind,
Mm.
so gentle. They're quick.
Unless it's boxing.
unless it's boxing, and Paul will tell you to hit him hard.
Yeah.
And they're just. I've seen Melanie out painting parking things.
Of course.
She
Nonprofit
is,
life. Yeah.
she is tirelessly working to help people with Parkinson's.
Yep.
And they have support groups. For I think is it Women with Parkinson's?
Yep.
A Women's with Parkinson's support group. They have a caregiver support group, which I haven't gone yet.
Mhm.
Just baseball schedule and different things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody's different.
And everybody's different.
Yes. Not everybody needs all things.
Right.
Yes.
And I have access to a social worker at the University of Florida where we go for his neurologist, Dr. Melody.
Mhm.
And she's wonderful. I can do Zoom with her. But yeah, it's just, there's days I cry. There's days I laugh at him,
Laugh with.
laugh with him, or, you know, and it's just, I would never wish it on anyone.
Yeah.
And not,
I with that said, though, a couple of thoughts as I was listening to your story. Many people hide their symptoms.
Yes.
So, you know, what he did, he doesn't want, there's such a stigma around Parkinson's
Yes.
disease. And that is, you know, one of my goals in life is to remove that stigma.
Right.
Because it's not all doom and gloom.
Okay.
No.
Everybody has a different journey.
exactly.
Everyone progresses at a different rate. I not chuckled when you asked if Tom was in a wheelchair. That's part of the stigma. You know, when we were preparing for the interview, like, what is Tom going to need? No, Tom's going to walk in there and you're
No.
going to be, you know, you
Hey,
sometimes
though, without ReBloom, he might be in one.
well, yeah. So
that's the
and
impact
I'd like
you've
to
had on our
hear from
lives.
Tom, you know, again, a little bit about what your first symptoms were, what led you to the doctor, why you felt you wanted to hide it, you know, because it all sort of comes back to that stigma that surrounds Parkinson's disease. And we need to talk about it.
Right.
It should not have a stigma attached to it because there's a million people in the United States living with Parkinson's disease, and it is the fastest growing neurodegenerative disease in the world. So,
And do they know why?
there's a lot of theories, yes. I
but
mean,
no.
it's a complex mix between environmental exposures and your genetic risk factors.
Yeah, I know a friend that was a traveling salesman and would stay at, like, you know, Red Roof Inn or something,
Right.
and the chemicals that they used to clean those rooms. I mean,
Maybe-
for years of exposure. Am I saying that right? That could
Yeah,
be a
so farmers
possibility.
have a higher risk
Right.
of
Right.
Parkinson's disease, but you know, just because you're a farmer, maybe and you've been around chemicals doesn't mean you will get Parkinson's for
Right.
sure, because you might have genes that protect you.
Right.
Right.
So it's a very complicated disease, and we really think of not just Parkinson's disease, but Parkinson's diseases,
Yeah.
because it's really more becoming an umbrella term, because there's no two people with Parkinson's that share the exact same set of
Okay.
symptoms.
Okay.
So, Tom, what was your first symptom?
The tremor in the hand.
The tremor in the hand.
Really?
the right hand. And it was
Right.
very mild. It wasn't, and I know,
And it
when-
can come and go.
yes,
So
it
people
was
ignore
so-
it.
I never noticed
Yeah.
it until he was sitting at the table eating breakfast, and
And so good for you for not ignoring it. Like, what made you go to the doctor?
He didn't, you know, he never shared that with me.
Right.
And
Yeah.
when he was diagnosed, he would
Nobody wants to have Parkinson's.
Well, no, and we didn't
Yes,
know
like-
anything about Parkinson's. And then when
Yeah.
he was diagnosed, he didn't want to tell his coworkers, but they knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Because you get the facial
masking.
masking. And I kept saying, you need to tell them it's no big deal. You need to tell them. They need
So-
to know, so they're not talking.
Julie was the first person
Right.
that I told. She's the occupational therapist who referred
Right.
you guys to STARS. I goes, yeah, like my stepdad just was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and like I was pretty upset. She goes, so, like it's gonna
Well,
be fine. Like
so it doesn't
you will.
affect her, but
Right.
No, but her
Yes.
point from
It's-
the OT side was
yeah.
this is not a death sentence.
Yeah.
This is
No.
manageable. There are treatment options.
depending on
There's
what,
great. She just came from, and I was like, huh, okay,
Well,
you're
one
right.
reason-
Like, so let's figure this out. It was a very different reaction than from people who don't understand Parkinson's or
I mean,
know
we know
it.
through Michael J. Fox. Am I saying this
Right.
right? Like, that's the famous, like, spotlight
Yeah.
where this is actually
And
shown.
he's had Parkinson's for decades.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, his
Let me-
life is not easy.
Let me
You
be
look at
clear.
him.
Julie's response wasn't like
Yeah.
nonchalant. It was
Right.
like, don't like this. Don't
Yeah.
take it that way.
Yeah,
Take
Right.
it like
yeah.
it's
I
going
think
to
it's
be
not a
okay.
death sentence.
It's
is
not
the
a death
important thing.
sentence.
You're
This
not
is-
dying.
That
you
was her
know.
quote. Is like
Yes.
this is not a death
Yeah.
sentence. This is something that we can manage and live through and have a high quality of life.
Well,
So take a deep breath.
One thing that I notice with people even now, and it just teaches me a lesson to be kind to everybody, because you can be in a store, you can be at Home Depot and the guy's standing there waiting on Tom to, you know, it's like and
Patience, yeah.
I'm like, I just say, you know, he has Parkinson's.
Yeah.
You
He
know,
needs a minute.
he needs a minute. So they kind of, you know, back off. But you find socially, even with your friends, it's awkward. They don't maybe know how to speak to or talk to Tom, or, you know, and his speech is starting to get a little off. And we have a wonderful, loving, caring life group, which I'll share a little bit about them in a minute. But, you know, they're all so willing to help, but I'm a person that's not so inclined to let people in to help me. I haven't known them all that long. I don't have a history of, you know, like we did with our Sunday school class.
What's your sign?
What's your sign?
What's your
There is
sign?
like social isolation that happens. For
What's
sure.
my what?
Your
your
horoscope, your
It's
sign.
Libra.
Okay, makes sense. Fair and just. That's why.
Very just,
okay.
very just.
Break my heart every time. Go ahead.
So, anyway, it's just hard.
But look what you persevered. I think that you keep saying that it's so hard, but like you really shattered a glass ceiling in your world to make it a dance floor. And granted, I get it's a dark topic of Parkinson's, but look what you've overcome.
You're right.
Where do you find that strength?
I pray.
Good. Absolutely.
I think it's okay to not always be strong,
No, you're right.
Yeah, you are 10 years into this journey,
Right.
the two of you together as a team.
And could be somebody watching now that has maybe a month into this journey, and
Right.
you are a voice of strength
Well,
right now.
it's just everything now falls on me. The banking, paying the bills,
it's a lot.
everything.
You've been training for this your whole life.
No, I don't like finance. And he is a finance guy. He's a CPA. So these
Gotcha.
are things that he can't really do anymore, but he still wants to be involved.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So anyway, but no, it's just, and there's days I just cry and cry. I lay in bed and cry. But, here we are, and we're just going to keep doing what we can. And
I think you're doing an amazing
I
job.
have to push sometimes to get him to do his voice therapy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say the one you were addressing, factors or of how we get Parkinson's or whatever. Tom grew up in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, yes. Environmental
Exposures. He lived in a poor area of the town, and they had a retention pond in their neighborhood that never froze.
Wow.
In
Because
Buffalo,
of-
New York.
In Buffalo, New York, because of the chemical runoff from the plants that were around.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing his family has it. He has a sister that's had breast cancer and thyroid cancer. I just think environmental really does play
Oh, for sure.
a huge
There's no
role.
question.
No.
Yeah.
So,
So one of the earlier signs, or signs that we don't really talk about, is what? The loss of smell.
Yes. So we talked about the motor symptoms of Parkinson's, like slowness, tremor, stiffness. But there's a group of non-motor symptoms too. One of them is loss of smell or a reduction in your sense of smell.
Okay.
And interestingly, that is one of the very earliest signs of Parkinson's disease. So it can happen years or even up to a decade or more before a diagnosis is made. So the Michael J. Fox Foundation is very interested in this relationship between loss of smell and Parkinson's disease, because the vast majority of people with Parkinson's have a loss of smell. And so reduction in smell is linked to brain disease in general. It's like Alzheimer's would fall into that category as well. So you can actually go to mysmelltest.com, so mysmelltest.com, and order a kit. So be part of a research study. I ordered my kit. I was hoping it would have arrived, but I could show it to you, but I haven't received it yet. But you can participate very easily in Parkinson's research to help researchers understand. Yeah, everyone should do it. You just have to be 40 years of age with or without Parkinson's
You have to be
disease.
40?
So, sorry.
Sorry, just missed it.
She's 26.
No, I'm
She's
so
26.
in. I'm so over 40. I'm over 40.
But we're gonna do
But
a
even
smell
Tom can
test.
participate. Yeah, so I
This is where
brought
my blindfold
I brought
comes in.
some scents.
blindfold.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
and
can
we
pass
have
the
to
bag
pass
in the
the
big
yeah,
one.
and
Okay.
I want Tom to participate as well.
Okay, so
Okay.
Because not everybody with Parkinson's has a loss of smell.
Right.
Alright.
Most people do, but not everybody.
Davey, how do
Blindfolds
I
are
look?
on.
Should
I
blindfold
can't. I
on?
can't tell.
And so if you're listening at home, you
Okay.
can
Yeah.
go to your pantry and maybe grab some
Okay.
spices, because a lot of times people who have a reduction in smell don't know it.
So
And it is a risk factor.
I'm blindfolded and
Okay,
I'm
so
literally
I'm gonna-
feeling way out of my element. So
Pass
I'm
the
gonna
bag
pass the
over.
bag.
Okay, the
Put it
bag is
on.
open. I have
can't be
white
looking
pants
at it.
on, guys.
Just
I wore
put it
white
on.
pants today.
It's
You're
okay.
you're fine.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
should have wore a bib.
I have absolutely.
Okay. At number one, can you smell it? Do you smell anything?
I do smell. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
great.
I
Can
mean,
you identify it?
Do we have any? Do we have? Is this multiple choice or?
No. Well,
is
just
it-
take a good.
I mean, can I eat it?
yeah. Don't
squish it.
fondle it.
Just smell.
I have a blindfold on.
Just try to use your.
Smell it fast.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Okay. Good.
But I'm also married to a Dutchman, so
Oh.
I know that smell.
Okay.
God, what is that? It's
I
not
do-
Chanel.
well,
I'll
it's
tell you
not
that much.
Chanel. Are we
Yeah.
passing it
Okay.
on to
Not
Tom?
number 5.
Yes.
Okay, number one. I know what
Tom,
it is.
take a big
Tom,
whiff.
can you smell anything?
I guess A, can you smell anything, and B, can you identify
I
it?
definitely can smell, and I
Can you
definitely
smell
can
it?
identify. I think
No.
I got it.
Tom, no smell at all.
No smell.
No,
So not-
no smell.
None at
Okay,
all.
Take another big whiff. Just make sure.
Okay.
Okay. So what was it?
Michelle,
Black licorice.
black licorice for
Good.
me too.
Okay. Was it pretty strong?
Okay. Yeah, it was potent. Like I could definitely tell what it was.
Try not to
yeah,
touch.
or what it is.
Just
Yeah.
sniff.
Don't touch. Just
Yeah.
sniff.
Okay.
I know what that is. Sorry, don't drop it.
Got it. Don't drop it. Oh my goodness. Yep. Know what that is. Don't drop it.
So if you're at home and you're smelling things and you have a reduction in smell, it's definitely worth talking to your doctor about
Okay.
because it is a risk factor for brain disease.
Tom,
and
can you smell
Parkinson's
it?
in particular.
Do you know what it is?
There's a little bit of smell to it, but I
Oh.
can't.
Oh, good.
You can't
Smell the
identify it.
difference.
I'm going to go with pickle.
Pickles.
All
I would
right.
say maybe even dill pickles.
Pickles.
Okay.
Yeah, I smell the
Okay,
dill.
so
Yeah.
Okay.
a little bit. Okay.
How many more do we have on
This
deck?
last one.
Last
All right,
one.
last one.
Okay.
I do have
Okay.
a funny story about snow
Yes.
when we're done.
Okay.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
I
Wow,
know
that was
that
quick.
one.
That was quick.
Oh, wow. That's delightful.
I know.
So I'm glad we ended on a high note.
Yeah. But boom.
Can you smell it?
No, I can't.
So not many people would associate a loss of smell with Parkinson's disease, right? So again, increasing
You
awareness
can take that off.
about this non-motor symptom because really important to get diagnosed early. Early detection
Mhm.
leads to earlier treatments.
What was
leads
the
to
third
better
one?
outcomes?
Strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
Strawberries.
Strawberries.
Very good.
Definitely.
Strawberries.
Well, when we lived in Ohio, this is a funny smell story.
This is a
We
good one.
could smell a skunk.
Is this before diagnosis or
After.
after?
After.
Oh.
And
How
we
long
could smell a
after?
skunk, or you could smell a skunk.
Well, it was somewhere between, it was probably 16 or 17, maybe 2016, 2017. It was,
So not that long after.
no,
Okay.
no, but we discovered it was under our deck.
A skunk.
A skunk, but it was dead.
Oh.
So was it
And
skunk
so-
smell or
It was
rotting
a skunk-
animals?
It was a skunk smell.
Okay.
And he couldn't smell it.
Oh.
And we decided to remove it ourselves.
Oh,
The pros and
So we-
cons of
So,
Parkinson's.
yeah, so we glove up, we
Okay.
mask up, we've got trash bags on our bodies.
Right.
He's digging it out with a rake.
Oh my
I'm running away.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
can't smell it.
Yeah.
I'm running away
And you got to run
Because
back
I'm
and tell him where it
choking.
is. Oh, God.
because I'm choking.
Yeah.
I,
He's fine.
Did you know at that point that it was your Parkinson's?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Did we know why you couldn't smell it was because of Parkinson's?
I don't remember
If we-
I
It'd
It'd be so
probably
interesting.
did.
Imagine if that had happened before his
Oh my-
diagnosis.
yeah,
would
Would
have
that
been-
have
I would've been
alerted
really
you?
worried.
Yeah.
But
Tom, I think we found a post-retirement career for you.
Yeah.
the smell test or
A dead animal
Roadkill.
Dead animal removal. This is going to be amazing. You can be employee of the month.
Supplement your
Yeah, we can supplement our
retirement.
retirement.
Perfect for TPA. It's perfect
gosh.
supplement. But all this comes into true form because April is Parkinson's Awareness Month, right?
Yes.
And we have a big event coming up that we're planning.
We do.
Dog Rose, am I saying that right?
Yep.
What's
third
going on?
annual. Our third annual Pints for Parkinson's event.
Phew.
April 17th, 6:30 to 8:30. It's a Thursday night. It's a big party.
Okay.
So much fun.
Yes.
It is a lot of fun.
We've got live music, there's going to be food trucks, and a community raffle. So Panache will be donating
I
a
think
basket
historically,
again.
We've had the biggest basket.
Yes.
for
And spice
raffle.
and tea. Spice and tea.
Yeah.
Oh, my nerves, my
Yeah.
spicy
My
queen.
nerves.
I love
And
her.
I'm so
God.
excited. We've got a foursome for TPC Sawgrass golf.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I've been
That's
working on that for
super
3 years
special.
now.
Well, I just got knocked off the top of the leaderboard right there.
I
Yeah,
I'm more
well,
eminence,
the
yeah.
golf pro there's uncle has Parkinson's,
Oh, wow.
and so she was like, "Absolutely, we're behind this for sure." Like I said all the time, if you don't know somebody with Parkinson's now, you will.
Mhm.
And so the event is designed to increase awareness that ReBloom Center exists in St. Augustine, and that we have all these programs, these wonderful things that we do for people with Parkinson's to help them live their best life possible. And of course to raise money. So the raffle and Dog Rose will be donating a portion of the proceeds so people can come, have a beer or wine,
And this is how you're able to offer free
free
classes.
classes and education.
So
and
that's where the
support-
profit,
yeah.
the money is going to.
Going
Goes
right back
straight back
to
into
the-
our community.
Fantastic.
So we only support people living in St. Johns County.
I mean, speaking to
Um,
Miss Karen today and Mr. Tom, like, there's a plethora of other families out there that you guys service, right? Like,
Hundreds.
are these stories all
I
similar?
have like
they all-
650 people on my email list.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So look at the lives that you guys are. How do you feel about where ReBloom is going? Like, are you so proud of this?
I'm super proud.
bursting
We
at
just
the
moved
seams.
into a
Just a
bigger
bigger
space.
location.
They moved a
Um,
year ago, and now they've moved again.
Again,
Yes.
even bigger.
Yes. So to accommodate our wellness classes, I really want Tom to speak about what his favorite aspects are of the
What's
program.
your favorite class you take, Tom?
Yeah.
He does boxing. He does yoga.
Kazoo.
Being able to do all those things
Yeah.
Yeah.
are a real benefit to me.
Yeah. What's your favorite class? Yoga.
Boxing.
Boxing. Okay.
Yeah, buddy, I love
He
it.
was Boxer of the Month this year
Yeah.
as well. I was in
He's everything of
January?
the month.
He's everything.
Yeah, he was wellness.
He was
partner.
wellness. What was it? What was his
Just
award?
wellness member. Like he
Wellness
participated in
member
the
of the year.
most classes out of
Okay.
anybody.
Yeah.
He's one of our most regular people.
And earlier in the interview, you talked about how movement is the greatest medicine on this because
Yeah.
keeping these activities are really important. What do these activities really do for the mind and the body?
Well, so boxing, for example, is like a brain, like cognitive motor, we call it training, because as Tom can attest to, you have to decode a set of
Right.
punches. So there's 6 different punches, so we number them 1 through 6, and so we might say, okay, you're going to hit 2, 3, 4, 1, and so Tom's got to decode that in his brain to do like a jab, a cross, a hook, an uppercut, while moving his body or traveling across the ground or getting up and down off the floor.
Tom, who's your favorite boxing instructor?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
is that even a
Is that-
fair
Oh.
question?
Who works you the hardest?
Paul.
Oh,
Okay, so I have a funny story about Paul.
Paul
So
is so
yeah,
good.
all the therapy. I mean, I have the most amazing team. I just,
really do.
yeah, it's like you said, it's a calling. We're also passionate about what we do. But Paul's been growing his hair. I think he's
Oh,
got 2
this is
young
funny.
kids who wanted daddy to have long hair. So of course, daddy grows long hair. It's not looking so great right now.
Panache to the rescue.
Well, maybe or maybe not. So he had an idea that he's going to auction off a haircut
Okay.
at Pints for Parkinson.
Oh my
That's
god!
And one of our
Somebody's gonna get to cut it.
participants with Parkinson's has already put his bid down. Starting
is-
bid of $100.
That is awesome.
to do whatever he
We'll-
wants. Cut,
we'll do-
dye.
We'll do the
If you want to bring a pair of
The post-treatment.
we'll do the recovery.
yes,
part of-
and he promised to wear the haircut /style /dye whatever you want for a week.
That's awesome.
Yes, all for charity. So.
Okay,
He's
well,
good about that.
Panache
How about
will
they all?
donate to Paul a
haircut.
recovery style, if you will. Just,
I'll let him
he'll
know.
have his week, and then he
Yeah.
can come in and we'll just.
Yeah, he said he would
clean
do it
up a
at the
little bit.
event.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
One thing too at the Pints for Parkinson's, we had just joined our life group. I don't
this
know,
is
the
good.
year was in the fall of whatever year. So the first Pints for Parkinson's event, I'm sitting in our little Sunday school class, and I said, "Well, I just want to bring this up," and I said, "I know it involves beer," and they're all looking at me like, "Okay."
Yeah, right.
So, you know, I really promoted it and whatever. So we're sitting there, and 19 of our life group members came in to surprise us.
That is so cool.
Now, I don't know if it was for the beer or if it was to support
It's for
Tom.
the both.
It was for both.
But they've been so supportive. Last year, the year before, they will be there this year. They're amazing. They're an
They
amazing group.
And so is our community of support.
It truly is.
Yeah.
It
So
really is.
Mel,
Dog Rose.
how
So
can-
Dog Rose, their bartender's
Yeah.
father had Parkinson's.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So again,
See
like
how
that
it's
was
all connected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full circle.
So how can the community get involved? How can people jump in and help you with this mission?
Well, come to Pints for Parkinson's.
Okay.
And even if you don't drink beer, there's wine. And if you don't drink wine, there's the raffle.
Okay.
And there's music. And so, you know.
And
you don't-
water.
Yeah. you don't have to drink
Of
or,
course,
you know,
of
but
course.
obviously
Food
that's.
truck.
Yeah.
We love
And
Doug and Courtney. They always put a great party on.
Yes, they do, and they've been big supporters. Like I said, that, you know, they're supporting their team member
Mhm.
and who
Right.
went through a journey with Parkinson's disease. And so, step one would be come to the event. The more people, the better. We pack that place. It's one of their
Oh,
busiest
it's-
nights of the
Standing
year.
room only.
Uber. You won't
Hopefully
find
the weather
parking.
will be good.
Where
but-
can people get tickets?
You don't
Or-
need. It's free entry.
Excellent.
Yep.
Love
So
that.
just show up. We would obviously like you to buy raffle tickets. We've got T-shirts, pint glasses. But just
Now, is
come
there
and
a-
learn.
Isn't there?
too.
Is Dog Rose doing a beer of the month for Parkinson's this year, or was that?
We did that in the first
Yeah, I
year.
remember
This
that.
year it's just like get whatever you
Get whatever
want,
you
and
want.
they'll donate a portion of the
Oh,
night's
okay, wonderful.
proceeds. So because it was like there were so many people that nobody like
Right.
necessarily knew what the beer
Okay.
was, and so just like any beer, any wine
beer,
you want.
any
Yeah.
wine.
So if there's a family out there
Um,
listening to this incredible interview, I mean, thank you everybody for being
Yeah.
here today. This is really amazing. But where can they go to find out more information?
Go
on
to
ReBloom?
rebloomcenter.org.
Got it.
And you got to put the word center.
Yes.
'Cause if you
ReBloom
just put
Center.
rebloom, you'll hit flower stores.
Yeah.
You know, the tulip is the flower that represents Parkinson's, sort of, and ReBloom is an acronym for rebuilding lives out of movement. Nobody knows that.
I
but
love that.
That was sort of
Right.
where it came from. So yeah, ReBloomCenter.org. We have a Facebook page too, so you can see all the wonderful things that we're doing.
I'll put that in comments for everybody. That's perfect.
yeah. And you can contact me. So my contact information is on the website. So phone, text, email, whatever it is.
Fabulous.
If you're a
that I
listener,
can-
watcher, share this podcast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Share it
Really-
because you
really
don't
important.
know who might watch it or be
Yes.
impacted by the
And
message
early, like I
today.
said, early detection is the most important thing because that's going to result in the best. And I liken it to having a cancer diagnosis. Like if you've got a cancer growing inside of you, you want it detected early.
Right.
Right? Because that's going to improve your outcomes. It's going to improve your quality of life. And it's the same for Parkinson's. And so many people live for years suffering with their body betraying them and not really knowing what is going on. So yeah, increasing the awareness, learning what those early symptoms are, like not just reduction of smell, but things like constipation, small handwriting, acting out your dreams at night. Those are all symptoms that are associated with Parkinson's disease that people do not associate with Parkinson's disease because they just simply
They
don't
only
have
think
the
of tremor.
awareness.
They just think of the tremor.
Yes, and not everyone with Parkinson's has a
Exactly.
tremor, and those people have even longer journey towards diagnosis because everyone does associate tremor with Parkinson's disease. So yeah, just getting the word out about the event. We'll have a slideshow at the event to see people with Parkinson's in action, what they're capable of. You know, Tom can plank all day long.
That's awesome.
The guy's the
That's
king of
awesome.
planks.
And he can do a billion jumping
Yes.
jacks. And
That's great.
Tom, yes, and that's important to remember. He's had Parkinson's for 10 years.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a cane. He's a
He doesn't
big,
fall.
strong
He's
man who's very capable of many physical, feats, including like planking for at least a minute. How long can you plank?
And he can stand on one leg.
You know what?
Yeah.
We will do a plank challenge with Flynn this weekend.
Yeah.
That'll be
Set a
fun.
Good
timer.
idea.
So, Tom, do you have any lasting parting words for the community that you'd like to share?
For a lot of people that we thanked here today, and there's a lot more out there
Yeah,
that thanked me for what I've done.
yeah,
It's incredible.
I interact with the people who come in the box and do other things. And
Yeah.
I walk around and talk to them.
yeah. You've met a lot of people there.
Mhm.
Yes.
We've made lots of friends there.
Yes.
This is amazing. What an amazing journey. Mel, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for having me again.
Yes,
So fun.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Showing up,
See you
showing
next
out.
year.
Yes, I can't wait.
No, you need
Pints
to
with
come to
Parkinson.
Pints.
Yes,
Yes.
I will be at
Let's
Pints.
do a ReBloom recap after the event.
It'll be so much
That'll be
fun.
fun.
Absolutely. Such a great and worthy
So
cause. I'm very excited.
ReBloomCenter.org.
Yeah, got to have the
Share the
Find me.
show.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Come to the event.
And rock it out. It'll
There
be
we go.
great.
It'll be great.
It'll be so good. Thank you guys,
Thank
everybody, for your
you.
time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
So
you.
amazing. Oh, what a great
So
chat.
good. Thank you for having
Does
us.
anyone want to
Yeah,
snack?
My
very,
family
very
on.
special.
Y'all
Very
want the
excited.
snacks?
Done
Thank
with
you
the
so
snacks.
much.
Give them
I'll
the
grab them
snacks.
here.
You can throw them away.
But just to let everybody know, we can also sit back and relax and take it easy, baby, and let it go at Old Town Trolley's licensed and talented tour conductors share over 500 years of St. Augustine's history, culture, and old world charm. While experiencing the unforgettable views of on board or off on the trolleys, guests will enjoy the city's European flavor, brick-lined streets and sites such as the Castillo de San Marco, the Fountain of Youth, and Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel. The 90-minute tour features 22 stops and covers more than 100 points of interest. Guests can use their ticket for on or offboarding all day, and the trolley ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum and free shuttle service to and many of the area hotels on the beach bus shuttle service. Check them out today. We love them over there at Old Town Trolley. Hey, looking for top-notch service from a company that you can trust? Well, for over 45 years, Steve Chapman's All-American Air have been the go-to home service experts in St. Augustine, St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam counties. Whether you need warranty or non-warranty work on any make or model, they also have preventative maintenance agreements, brand new cutting-edge systems, and they've got you covered from the latest Lennox systems to the ultra-smart iComfort thermostat. All-American Air has been the latest and greatest for all the innovations you need to keep you comfortable for year-round. Give them a call today, 904-461-0070. And of course, we love them over at Bin 39. It's wine time at Bin 39, the downtown delight since 2016. Such a secret so tight in St. George Inn's lobby, a dreamy scene, a courtyard charm where magic's routine. They've got wine galore, 85 gems to find, from small to big, the extraordinary kind. 90 points, all the above. The legendary score, Bin 39's boutiques wines. Prices are just not a bore. Open from 8 to 8, perfect for gatherings and post-work fate. Give them a call today, 904-827-5740.
Still my favorite wine glass.
Isn't that fun?
Such a great wine glass.
All right, we've got Pete's horrible horoscopes today. Real quick, we've got me, a Scorpio, and a Sagittarius on board. Scorpio, your emotions are so out of control this week that even your reflection will look disappointed in you. Ooh, wow, that's a hot mess. I just read that. Yeah. Expect to cry over a pigeon that looked like it needed a hug. Yeah, that's me. In love, your soulmate is probably out there. Oh, thanks, pigeon. But you're actively avoiding now. At work, you go with the flow attitude will backfire you directly into a terrible decision. Scorpios, you better get some holy water and pray. The day is done. All right.
That was tragic.
That was tragic. That was really bad. Well, Sagittarius, let's see how that goes. Saggies, you're officially become the person that emails at 2 a.m. and wonders why no one responds. Your dedication to success is admirable, but the reason for your plants are also in fear of you. Romance is on the horizon. Too bad you're too busy scheduling your next existential crisis. Financially, you're thriving, mostly because you refuse to spend money unless it's absolutely necessary. Don't trust technology this week. It knows you deserve a break. Wow. Messy, boo. Speaking about messy, or not messy, you've got some things to report on. How's parking over at Panache?
Messy.
What's shaking, Bacon?
Hey, thanks for asking. It's a hot mess. I'm not going to lie. We all know Publix has been demolished on the island to be rebuilt. And it's going to be amazing once it's all said and done.
Awesome.
They're currently in the middle of a parking lot renovation. And I asked for an update this morning. So this is hot off the press. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I think we will be open next week.
Fantastic
so
news.
that's the goal. The fencing came down. The paving is going to start happening overnight. They've got to stripe it, put in new landscaping. I think we have quadruple the lights that were out there before.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
a little
great.
painful, but
Yeah.
it's going. But like, with all good things, there's always a little hard right before. So, friends, if you're coming out there, just pack some patience. Come in slow.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of frustrated drivers, and it doesn't matter if you're frustrated or not. It's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
It's still a mess. So just add some extra time to your commute. And hey, we have a shuttle. We have a little golf cart out there.
We've been reporting on this. This is amazing.
The kids they're young men, they're amazing. They're brothers that are out there the most. They've been doing a phenomenal job of getting not just our guests, but anyone in the plaza back and forth where they need to go. And we're grateful to provide that service and that opportunity. So thank you for asking.
Yeah.
We also have
What's the good stuff happening?
one more road. We have a road closure on the way to Panache as well.
Oh, bad stuff.
One more messy. There's southbound 1-lane traffic
Oh, wow.
for a month.
Jeez.
On right there by kind of where Seagrove, where that big retention pond is.
Mhm.
They are putting in larger piping to help with water removal during storms. So
Wow.
also great things. It will be all worth it in the end. It will be a little painful till we get there, but yeah, just be careful on the island. Be patient. Add some time. Things are going to take a little bit longer.
Talk about the exciting things you guys are doing, and we're going to actually have you back on show
Yeah, I'll
next
be
week.
back.
But what's going on with Earth Day?
We celebrate Earth Month.
Okay.
We are called to raise money for clean water. And if you know anything about Panache, you know that is a passion of ours. Through Love Your Mother in the past, we've raised money for Matanzas Riverkeeper. This year, just because we're not having a Love Your Mother eco fashion show, that does not keep us from raising money. We are going to raise money for Matanzas Riverkeeper. So please go to the salon or visit us on social media. We are selling. We have a huge basket that we are raffling. It has a Michael's gift card for $100, a
Cool.
La Nouveau gift card for $100. It has a Panache Ultimate Spa Day gift card. It has a bottle of rosé. It has tons of Smashbox products. It has tons of Aveda products. As an Aveda candle. It has a diamond tennis bracelet from Blue Water Jewelers.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said that at the end? That's amazing.
Got to keep you really in.
That is good.
That basket, one ticket is $15. 3 tickets, $30. An arm's length.
Wait a
for
minute. Whose arm
45.
are we using? Mine?
We can use yours.
All right.
That's fine. Bring any arm in that you want for $45.
Awesome.
Or you can buy an orchid for $45. We have beautiful orchids from a local orchid farm in Green Cove Springs.
I love that.
Or you can buy an arm's length and an orchid for $65.
That is incredible.
That's the deal right
I love
there.
it.
And the sales from this fundraiser will all go to Matanzas Riverkeeper.
That's amazing. And we're going to talk more with that, right?
Yep.
Next, with Jen is actually going to come to the show.
And
Exciting.
you know what? Mother's Day is coming up. We didn't talk about that, but our Mother's Day promotion is live on our website as well.
Oh, any highlights on that?
Mom wants a spa day at Panache.
All right. I love that.
Grandma,
Speaking of
auntie,
moms,
yeah.
you and Becky are like the moms of the St. Augustine Little League. My favorite, the Rays. Give me a little St. Augustine Little League update here.
Little League is a light in St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
Watching these kids, I think about things that I'm grateful for. And one of the greatest joys in my life, it's not even watching the games, it's watching these kids practice.
Yeah.
And be committed to their team, to, learning the life skills of being part of a team, showing what commitment looks like. If you want to be good at this, you've got to practice every day.
Yep.
And these kids are doing it. And the voice of the Rays right here, guys.
Yay!
He's amazing. He's
I
the
love
voice
it.
of the
That's
Rays.
my
We are
favorite
so
project.
grateful for him.
So good.
But he does our announcing of our kids when they're walking out to bat, and hearing his voice every weekend is so much fun. And they're so excited to hear their song and their number and their name. But we're undefeated.
I love that.
We're
Go
undefeated.
Rays.
Go Rays. We're undefeated.
Speaking of undefeated, I got to tell you, Panache, every guest, every time. Undefeated since 1987, Panache opens its door to be a cut above the rest. Their mission at Panache is to care for their team, guests, and community from scalp to soul and bring the joy to the world one service at a time. Hey, what is the Panache difference, Michelle? What really is it? It's their carefully chosen and highly trained staff there to exceed your expectations. Thank you, Michelle. That's perfect.
I was like, where do we begin? That's what I was thinking.
Same goes for their elegant salon space and innovation and artistry with a great comprehensive retail packages out there too. Yeah. You got to go to Panache. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo.
Get with it.
We got a quick funny. I'm going to fly through these. Let's see. We've got, I think that's hairstyles, right? Is something that I have today, sir? Yeah, so let me see if I can find that on the fly. Just hosting a show, just in the middle. Show titles, payment change, Wednesday funny. Here we go.
There it is.
Panache to the rescue. Photos of messed up looking hair. We've got stepping out today. Hide your girl. Yikes.
That looks like an April Fool's joke.
Right, I'm a hide with her. Right. Next up, this dude with the very British hair, very Union Jack.
That's disturbing.
That's very disturbing. Next up, here's the sun and the moon all combined in one. It's tied together, right? It's just okay. Next up, can we do this with the sharp edging here, or is that Photoshop?
That's gotta be
That's
real.
gotta be a
Fake
Photoshop.
News.
Yeah, fake news. Next up, how about this? Can I have a pineapple head?
I mean,
If I do a cartwheel, does that mean I live in Volano? Upside down pineapple. Kicked out of school because I expressed myself. Oh, that poor dude. How about this? The barber made this real cool Sonic
That's
look.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
cool. That's some talent.
Right. Next up, Pizza Head. That's circling
That's
St. August
disgusting.
Pizza. Is that not good? Okay. All
Sorry.
right. Well, if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, you might like that. Next up, Cheeto Head.
That's hysterical.
Or
I
cheese
love that
puff,
one.
yeah.
Cheesy puffs.
How about this one? This is volume. Can we do this, Aveda? Can we do
We
this?
can do that. I mean,
Wow.
the higher your hair, the closer you are to God.
Who Yeah. Next up, wow, that's a beautiful backwards bonnet.
I don't even want to tell you what I think about
That's
that.
lovely.
I had things going.
Yeah,
I'll tell you off.
yeah.
I'll tell you off.
She's
here.
always positive, Panda, on
yeah.
this one.
No.
Well, that's our show today, Boo. Thank
right.
you so much for showing up and showing
Hey,
out.
listen. Thank you.
You're amazing.
You're pretty special, and I don't think we get to tell you enough. Thank you for all you do for our town.
My favorite. This is my
ReBloom
favorite
is
thing to do.
amazing, and I hope that you guys come out and support ReBloom, what they do for our community.
It's incredible. And you guys are incredible out there. Check out ReBloom. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, Boo. We love you so much. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, babes.